I'm the coach. You're locked into the NFL on EA Sports. We're just about set to get started, and this ought to be a good one between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Baltimore Ravens. I'll be back with you again with scores around the league at halftime. But kickoff right around the corner. And standing by to call the action, here are Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
Coach, thanks. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Inner Harbor at M&T Bank Stadium here in Baltimore, Maryland. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as they're to match up between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Baltimore Ravens. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. This one fielded at the 5. Then he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Jackson on first down. Well, he's going to take a shot right up. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. Well, how about a deep ball on the first play from scrimmage, putting that secondary on notice?
Brandon, all I remember when I was a player is that we always took a test the night before the game about teams' tendencies and what they plan to do. I'm not sure we think deep ball right out of the gate and putting us back on our heels.
It's big Vince Williams who made the tackle.
All right, quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the second and the third level.
So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since. From the gun, Jackson. He's going deep for Brown. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. Tucker, a career 70% success rate from 50-plus. Just incredible. And the All-Pro is money from distance again there.
They ought to give him 4 points for field goals from some of the distances that this guy makes them from.
Here we go. Here we go.
Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. First carry for James Conner, and he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. And a peek now at the offense for Pittsburgh.
And they're coming off a good win on the road last week, but they do know that they have a home game next week. So all the focus has to be, can they get a second win on the road and make going home that much sweeter? That's the intention in this ball game.
Now this pass to Vance McDonald complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. On 1st and 10 is Conner. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it is going to be 15 yards.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Now it's Roethlisberger. Almost able to intercept it. That's one he would have liked to have held on to on this first drive. Instead, 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
And he's going to be down close to a first down at the Ravens' 24.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
They'll try and run forward with Counter. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 16. 8 yards, first down as they're able to convert. Had a chance to maybe limit them to 3 if they could have gotten that stop there, but a new set of downs.
And with a new set of downs, you got to take the mentality of the whole thing. Right now, everyone's looking at the offense and saying they've got the advantage. The best defenses just say, okay, new set of downs gives us another chance to make a play ourselves and maybe change things up.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now Roethlisberger. He gets this one to Johnson. And he's brought down. The passing game in rhythm right now for Pittsburgh. There's another first down.
And a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker, and you've got to deliver the ball on time. Your biggest worry? Ball was tipped in the air.
And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. James Washington, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Steelers have taken the lead. On those slants, everything happens so quickly. What makes it work?
The timing between the passer and the receiver. In this case, a slant route. Ordinarily, it's probably about 3 steps before you go on the slant. In this amount of time, I think it was a 2-step deal. Boom, put his foot in the ground and got inside for the pass.
Got inside for the pass, got inside for the catch and the score. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. This will be fielded at the 6. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see.
And how about that, partner? That happened in a hurry. Sudden, explosive, gets into the backfield, and spills the play.
Yeah, he was AFC Defensive Player of the Week last week because of plays just like that. Now on 2nd and 13, Jackson. It's brought in here by Willie Snead. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down. They'll fake the give to Ingram. Now Jackson under a heavy rush, and down he goes. T.J. Watt, what a season he continues to have. His 15th sack of the campaign. You know, a week ago was one of the best defensive performances I've ever seen. He had 5 sacks. Here we go again.
And he's the type of player that'll keep an offensive staff up all week trying to figure out how to slow him down. But at some point, they just have to take account of themselves.
And now off to the races, down the right side. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Marquise Brown, his first touchdown on the year. And the Ravens have retaken the lead. Pretty good response. They had given up the touchdown and the lead, but they struck back.
And I love the way that they just saw it happen, took a quick exhale on the sidelines. So let's go get it back and fast. Let's go ahead and throw the ball downfield and get our own 6 points.
A huge chunk play to regain that lead. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. James Conner and the Steelers ready to get their next drive going. First month of the season, those numbers pretty solid. Does he continue that?
I think so, because when you come out of the gate this strong, that means that you have planned for it and you like the results that you're getting. So I wouldn't have any doubt that the head coach, offensive coordinator, actually called him in and said, look, you're our guy, okay? We're going to continue to stick with this as long as we're winning games. You ready for the challenge? And then they presented it to the rest of the team. I think we'll see plenty of that as the season moves on.
And I'm sure he said challenge accepted. A check on the numbers last week for Connor. 17 carries, 75 yards. From the 30 on second down, Roethlisberger. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Roethlisberger. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
Well, he kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
On second down, Connor looking for space. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Here's Roethlisberger. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens 35.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
Roethlisberger on target to Washington and brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
A gain of 12. And the Steelers first down.
10-7 our score after one right here on EA Sports.
Ravens 10, Steelers 7.
Ready? I hope you got the rest, and I'm about to take you through.
On first and 10, it's Roethlisberger. And the catch made by Johnson. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
Some think the teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People
got his man. It's caught for a Steelers touchdown. Deontay Johnson, his second touchdown on the season. And the Steelers have once again taken the lead. And all about timing there on that short slant, Charles.
Exactly right. That was timed up so well. The route, the throw, touchdown.
Boswell for the extra point. And that makes it 14-10. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And it ends with the Steelers finding the end zone. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. This Ravens offense heads back out there, led by Lamar Jackson. Been a decent start for him here in this first half, but bottom line, his team's losing. They got to fix something.
And it starts with him. He has to keep that little quarterback strut going right now to make sure that his team sees him as confident. Continue to try and up his game, but just let him know, hey, if I'm around, if I'm the one calling signals and throwing the football, just follow me, we'll get there. Sometimes that will do more to elevate a team than anything else.
See if he has that confidence. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Hollywood Brown, the intended receiver, and it's third down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Jackson from the shotgun. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. T.J. Watt, he continues to wreak havoc in the offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year.
He was the NFL sack leader coming into the game. And now that's 2 more that he's added to his total.
He wants some separation from spot 1 and 2 in that sack category. Here's Switzer. A 46-yard punt, 8 yards on the return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. So here are the Steelers to take over on offense. They're on a 3-game winning streak, and right now looking good in this one as well. So good field position for the Steelers as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Now a quick slant as the throw's complete. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Nothing fancy on 1st down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. That one, a 1st down pick.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
They go play action here on 1st down. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Normally, he's pretty reliable. Usually catches what's thrown to him. On that play, he simply dropped it.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Now it's Roethlisberger. His throw incomplete. Juju Smith-Schuster, the intended receiver that time. And now it's 3rd down.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. On 3rd down, Roethlisberger. Open man, completes it to Smith-Schuster. And he's going to be taken down with the 1st down at the Ravens 28. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball.
And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front, nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
Another try after the 1st down sack. Roethlisberger got an open man. It's Washington. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game, because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Roethlisberger. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Well, we always hear about the connections some quarterbacks have with certain receivers. I think this guy has a connection with just about everyone. Didn't mind throwing it in there against double coverage to him.
Shows some confidence, supreme confidence.
Big-time confidence that he would make the play.
Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 5. And not much on the return there. He'll take it only up to the 9-yard line. They were looking for Johnson that time.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
They'll run with Ingram here to begin the drive. And some room for him there as he'll take this up to about the 15. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4. On 2nd down and 4, Jackson. And he's going to be brought down back at his own 6-yard line. T.J. Watt in there to bring him down, and that is sack number 17 now on the season. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. A 40-yard punt, no return, and out will come the offense as they take over. Here's James Conner now as he trots back onto the field. He's over 40 yards here in the second quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable, and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals. Going deep to the end zone for Juju. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Juju Smith-Schuster, the intended receiver. That'll bring up second down. This secondary has been roasted in this first half, but they get a measure of revenge there. Nice play on the deep ball. Yeah,
they're going to need a few more plays like that in order to get their confidence fully back, but that's one step in the proper direction.
And across midfield he goes into Raven territory. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. Game clock at 2:01. Time for one final play before the 2-minute warning. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. And he'll find Washington. That's complete. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Second quarter action, 1:56 remaining. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. 2nd and 10 now from the 27. Now Ben going to give this one to Conner. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing, because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you. They've definitely established a rhythm on this drive, moving the ball quite well. And big man with football is an integral part of the whole thing.
Check. Block 80. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
On first down, it's Roethlisberger. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I think someone's going to get in the QB1's ear when he gets to the sideline. Already thrown an interception. That one should have been picked. Look, let's just be honest about it. That would be the second person in his ear, because he's hearing it in the huddle right now.
Not the start to the game he wanted. Like you said, the pick on the opening drive, second drive, not much better. On second down now, it's Conner. And strong running there as he's inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll leave him with a 3rd down and 6 to go.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. The quick slant caught. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. 3 first-half touchdown passes now for Ben Roethlisberger. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here of the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
Boswell good with the extra point, and that makes it a 21-10 game. That time, a 9-play drive, and it ends with a Pittsburgh touchdown. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
He's got his man. It's Andrews. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they'll march off another 15 against your squad.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10.
Big stop, G. Big stop. Let's go.
From the gun. A short throw caught by Andrews. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Now it's Jackson. A short throw caught by Andrews. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Could be 4-down territory even if they don't get this, but they need just a few inches here on 3rd. To throw is Jackson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. And likely time for one final play here in the half, so they will go for it on 4th down. Final play of the half here. It's Jackson throwing the out route incomplete. That's Andrews. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you guys in a bit. But first, let's take a look around the NFL here on this first Sunday of October. We'll get things started up at Ford Field in Detroit, where it was the visiting Bengals who were able to come away with the road victory. 24-10 was your final. From there, we head over to the Pacific Northwest, check on the Seahawks at home in Seattle. And they've got the lead in that ball game over the Jaguars as that one's gone to halftime. Russell Wilson has thrown a touchdown pass. Finally, let's get right to the center of the U.S. map and check in on the Chiefs at home in Kansas City. And they were losers in that ball game to the visiting Cleveland Browns. Baker Mayfield, excellent in the victory as his guys moved to 3-1 after 4 games. In the game you've been watching, it was Ben Roethlisberger who led the way offensively in the first half. His 3 touchdown passes have his guys out in front as we hand things back over to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. So time for the second half as the Steelers have the lead, and they will also be receiving the football here to start the third quarter. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Steeler offense now with a football first here to begin the third quarter. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Roethlisberger will hand to Connor. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Now a play fake here on first down. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
Black 80. Tight dog. Alert.
They'll throw on first down with Roethlisberger. Over the middle, hauled in by Smith-Schuster. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. A gain of 10, good for a Steeler first down. So in Raven territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. A run with Conner on first down, going to get about 5. 2nd and 5 coming up. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Snickers, 66.
They stay on the ground. Here's Conner again. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. It's a Pittsburgh first down, a gain of 13.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense get a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. Now Roethlisberger to throw. And an alley to run. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Scrambling not particularly a Roethlisberger strong suit, but he does get the job done there and gets a first. Big Ben with his size, sometimes it still surprises me when he can dance for a first.
He's the preeminent quarterback at taking contact, shedding it, and turning it into a big play. You know what they say about him? It's not the first 3 seconds of the play that you worry about with him. It's the next 3. Takes the hit, and now he creates a big one.
It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Again, it's Conner. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be a 3rd and about 13.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Now Ben on 3rd and long. And he'll be brought down at his own 10-yard line. Johnson, the intended target. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days. They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Ingram again. And they're able to bring him down at the 20. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of the yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
This pass complete. Jackson finding Andrews. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Out of the gun, they give to Ingram. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. From the gun, Jackson nowhere to escape, and he goes down. T.J. Watt in there for the sack, and he's closing in on the all-time record. That's number 19 on the year.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
Switzer on the return. They'll call that a 61-yard punt. He got all of that one. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question. And Big Ben intercepted a third time. Able to get there and pick it. Baltimore with good starting field position as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. After the interception, here's Jackson. And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this third quarter. T.J. Watt able to put an end to that play, and in so doing puts an end to this third quarter. Back now in Baltimore. It's the Ravens with possession of the football, but trailing on the big board as we get set for the fourth. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Ryan Shazier got in that time, the first-round pick of 2014. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in one game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
Fielded just inside the 20. Call that a 44-yard punt, 5 on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
A really nice gain of 25 yards. Now Roethlisberger on first down. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
On second down, it's Connor. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down.
I know the game's not over, but there's got to be a sense of satisfaction right now for the guy carrying the football a bunch today. 99 yards, and he has enough time to go over the century mark.
Well, you got to give it to him again, right?
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. You're not worried about losing yardage here. You're not worried about any of that. You just want to get him to the promised land for every runner, 100 yards or more in a game.
He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punt. Enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the first down. Close it out.
A great effort there to shed the contact, and it helps him pick up the first. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion, and defensively pure frustration. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Here's Roethlisberger to throw. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. The Steelers picking up 15 yards there and a 1st down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
On 1st down, Connor. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
On the run is Connor. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
And the Steelers on 3rd down. Can't fault these numbers. 7 for 9 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Now it's Roethlisberger. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
Boswell's kick is good, and that will get the lead up to 14. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but they still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
After the successful field goal try, here's Boswell to send it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Ravens offense now, they get set and head back onto the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm?
And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. Devin Bush. The blitz works to perfection as he gets in there to dump him for a loss of 8. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Trying to get it to Willie Snead there. And it's 3rd down. The Ravens on 3rd down. They're struggling. 0 for 6 thus far. This will be a tough 3rd and nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Devin Bush able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. Got him in. It's Brown. And now this is going to be close. The defense says they stopped him, and they did. So now with a little over 2 minutes to play, the road back gets very difficult.
Difficult, but still not impossible if they go ahead and play this thing out. Now the defense has to come up big. They've got to go for the strip of the football on each and every snap to try and give themselves a chance.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. On the counter, it's Connor. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Defensively, no doubt they need a quick stop. Offensively here, maybe do you put it in the air on 2nd down, or do you go ahead and keep it on the ground, keep that clock moving?
A lot of people would ask that question, partner, because sometimes throwing the ball might actually be the path of least resistance. But in this case, it's a matter of trust. How much do you trust your quarterback? Because you throw the ball and it goes awry, you really don't look smart as a coach.
Yeah, then you stop that clock. On 2nd and 11 now. Roethlisberger. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
Here we go.
Now, this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Here's Roethlisberger. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop, 1:50 left in the football game. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Check safety, check safety. Alert, alert.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Connor. Showed off the toughness, but still corralled shy of the 5 at the 6. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. So they come up on 2nd down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing. Now it's Roethlisberger. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. James Washington with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. Starting to really smell a 4-0 start right now. You can't ask for a better first quarter of the season than that.
And you're not supposed to look ahead, but guess what?
You're going to?
They have to, because when you get to if you get to 4-0, you're not just thinking playoffs now. You're thinking about, okay, this team has the capabilities of winning a Super Bowl. They could very well be the best team in the NFL at this moment.
I think they played the best. I mean, there have been a few hiccups offensively and defensively, but probably the best team we've seen, right?
And has the ability to get better.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in a game like this and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said,
and all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Hollywood Marquise Brown with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Ravens cut into that lead. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. Remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
And this doesn't work. The Steelers recover it. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. Now this throw complete to Washington. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. To throw here, Roethlisberger. Complete to Washington. A big gain there after going backwards, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. The line to gain is the 33 on 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. This is Johnson. He's got it. And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the first down. It's a gain of 8 there, and that should be enough to seal the victory. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Oh, Roethlisberger going to throw. Washington's got it. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages.
Black 30. Chinese Ringo. Chinese on Ringo. Chinese.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. From 13 yards out. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. I tell you, Charles, you play to the final whistle, I get that, but there are a few folks that might not be too happy with that score late in the game with it already well in hand.
You seem a little squeamish about that last score.
I struggle with it. I struggle. But on the other, the argument, I get it, on the other side is, hey, do something about it. Stop them.
I'll guarantee you, I know who was really excited. Fantasy owners who had them. Hey, listen, get the points for me. They're not worried about hurt feelings or anything like that. That's just new age stuff.
The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it ends with the Steelers finding the end zone.
Chris Boswell, the kickoff for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Ravens offense now, they get set to head back on the field. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, Coach, what do you want to call?
He is nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Throwing is Jackson. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1. Charles, we saw a lot of points go up in this one. Certainly defensively, stuff that they can look at on film, don't you think?
No doubt about it. And they've got to go back and check where the errors are, how they're going to fix them, and continue to get better at what they do. But they also need a little adjustment with their confidence. To give up that many points, even if you win a game, that can hurt you.
So for Pittsburgh, that early momentum continues here as they move to 4-0. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Baltimore, they'll drop down to 1-3. And fortunately for them, they'll have the early bye next week as they return to action in Week 6. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.